What is up, guys? It's your host Monster Mags here, bringing another new video on my new channel. So, just kind of wanted to go over a couple quick things here, real quick. Just kind of recap our last war, just a couple attacks that I did. We had an extremely good war against. Hang on one second here. Against Knuckle Draggas. A very good group of guys. Won. See, I think 85 wars or something, 85, 21 and 1 record. So, a very good group of guys. I ended up taking them 93 to 88. But I would honestly say we performed, pretty well in this war. As you can see, obviously up and down the board was pretty well, or worked pretty well. So there's just a couple attacks that I wanted to show that I did, that I thought was pretty successful. The first one is by me. It was actually the most heroic attack of the war. But kind of show you what happened here. So as you can see, I'm obviously going in with a go wee wee. I decided to attack from the bottom, and obviously get a nice spread on those golems. I'll lead it with or come behind with the clan castle. And ultimately, I really want to break through this middle hole here. But wall breakers kind of went off to the side. I didn't really want them to go that way, but they got into that center enclosure, which is what I was hoping for. But I'd say one thing that really kind of messed me up was that single inferno. Man, I hate those. It just kind of wrecked my golems real quick. My witches kind of got in there, probably distracted a little bit, but obviously the clan castle troops were there too. And for some reason, I don't know why, but all my troops went around. I don't know if there was one archer over there or something, but they all kind of went around the around the outside, which obviously kind of messed me up. And at this point, I got the town hall, I got the first star, but it's not looking very good for 2. I don't quite have the troops or to kind of get the percentage that I need. So yeah, so I guess this is kind of brings me to the point. I really would like to really just kind of one thing I've really been doing lately, and it's worked really, really well for me, is I've been bringing a couple spare minions. And as you can see, it's actually going to make kind of difference in this raid. Because, all my troops obviously are taken out at this point. We deploy an archer up here to kind of try to take out some of these free buildings. But really is going to make the difference in this raid is these minions, because deploy a minion down there, and this guy's going to take out, these 4 structures right here. Until he gets in range of that archer tower right there. But really it's just a matter of deploying these to see if I can, get 10%, which is obviously a lot. So I guess I decided to deploy one up here by this collector. I guess probably wasn't the best move on my end, but it was a free building, and obviously I needed it. And I guess you can fast forward through this a little bit. But at this point you're at 44, 45%. This looks possible. But it's just, for me, it was a matter of 47%. This archer's working on this collector. So whether it's not, that's gonna, I think it's every 2 or 3, buildings gives you an extra percentage or something like that. But I guess it's really just a race against the clock. And I have one more minion, and right now I'm looking for something that, a free building, I guess you could say, on that end. And I decided to deploy up here, and it's just out of range of that archer tower. Fast forward, and it ends up being that 50% and that second star right at the end too, because that was literally like the last second. So obviously that was a pretty big raid. I guess it doesn't really matter as long as you get the 2-star, whether it's 50% or 98%. Obviously you're a lot more mad at the 98% than you are at the 50, but that was a pretty big attack, and I really think it kind of set the tone and forced them to try to go for more stars on that end. I guess also in tech, that kind of like to show is by Codster61. If for those of you guys that don't know, Codster's actually my brother. So I kind of I use all of his war attacks. Right here you can see I'm going in with a heavy golem attack. So 5 golems, followed by a bunch of wizards. I really have just been kind of playing around with the strategy, and I really do like it. It works really, really well against multi-targeted infernos, because multi-targeted infernos don't really do anything to golems. But as you can see, there's just a big tank of golems going right into the middle, sucking up all the fire. And if a level 5 golem has 6,300 health apiece, so really that's like 30,000 hit points, 30,000 some odd hit points of damage these guys are willing to take, and following behind the wizards. The wizards just kind of taking everything out, and the golems are just taking out all the fire. So yeah, it's actually, it works pretty well. Queen's kind of going ham down here. She's going to start taking fire, and that's obviously not ideal because she's probably the biggest damage dealer in this army composition. But as you can see, the golems are still, a lot of health on every single one of them. So really, it's just a matter of can this end? Queen goes down there, which obviously isn't good. So fast forward this a little bit. I did like that I kept a couple wall breakers there for the end. Kind of help these units get through some of these walls, because obviously they sit there and knock on them forever. Yeah, fast forward this a little bit, and I think right here's a turning point in this raid. As you can see, I got these structures. I have these extra minions, which I have been doing, and I totally recommend doing for anyone, to try to get those extra percentage. But waiting for this archer tower to lock onto these golems, because I knew once they were locked onto this golem, I could deploy all these archers in behind them. They weren't going to get taken out by that archer tower anymore, and really just freed up all these extra buildings on the outside. As that archer tower is distracted by those golems, and I think really was the reason why I was able to get a 3-star on this raid. But yeah, spelled that wrong, but whatever. I don't really care. So you guys can give me shit or whatever. But yeah, as you can see, it was a pretty hard fought war. I think where we really kind of beat these guys was obviously at the top. A lot of 4 out of our top 5 bases defended or gave up 1 star, which if you guys are playing Clash of Clans, especially at a high level, that you can't win with those 1-star raids. You need to have more than one. God damn it, Tam. You need to have more than those 1-star raids. But yeah, I think what it really comes down to is one thing I know we're struggling with is getting the 3 stars. And we cleaned up a lot of it at the end. And I think those really kind of made a difference. But the fact that our top of our clan performed better than the top of their clan is what really made the difference. So we are currently spinning right now. Actually, we just got paired. So I guess tune in again. We're going to be facing this clan Winter Kingdom. They got 42 war wins. And apparently they have some war heroes. So should be a good matchup. I'm excited for it. But other than that, guys, peace out, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.